Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we're tracing how taxi associations have been flexing muscle on our roads, why SANTACO's public denials amount to polite avoidance, and of course, how the money on the table helps explain the violence. No shouty nonsense, just receipts.
Witchcraft online, come on in, join the talk, let's begin.
In August 2025, a KZN Taxi Association, the Clip Scholar Transport Office, actually had the bold audacity to tell teachers to stop giving lifts to pupils, warning they would impound any private car caught helping kids get to school. Make it make sense.
It's as if South Africa is begging to become a meme. But in any case, so this is apparently happening, right? So in KZN right now, the Clip Taxi Association in Ladysmith has issued a strong warning to teachers, telling them to stop giving pupils lifts. So according to a notice sent to various schools, the association claimed that if any teacher is found transporting pupils in their private or personal cars, their vehicles will be impounded by the association. You know, it kind of seems like the Taxi Association believes that it owns all transportation industries in South Africa.
Yeah, teachers minding their own business are being menaced into obedience. The KZN Transport Department quickly pointed out that it is illegal for anyone to stop a car, pull out passengers, and force them to use taxis. But clearly, these taxi vigilantes didn't get the memo. Meanwhile, social media is full of outraged drivers sharing videos of taxi marshals ordering parents and motorists out of their cars. One viral post from the Eastern Cape warns motorists they're not allowed to travel with more than one passenger, even if it is your own kids or family.
Here's a direct question. Are people who own cars allowed to give hitchhikers a lift?
No, they are not allowed. It's our business. They are infringing our rights because we are taxi operators with permit to load passengers. But people cannot just pick up people because they're not taxis.
If it's a family member, if it is my family member that I'm giving a lift to work.
How do you see your family member on the street?
So I'm supposed to confirm to you that this is my family member and somehow
as I was
prove.
saying, every company's got securities. If you see there's a family member is hiking there and you see there's a patrol car, just stop your car, go to the security guy and explain to them to say, this is my family member, please allow me to pick that person. I don't think they'll give you a problem.
It's a country of laws, Mr. Sibanyone. I do not have to explain myself to I don't have to explain myself to a security guard who is driving in a vehicle. For all I know, this could be a criminal. Why must I stop and explain myself to some person as to why I have a passenger in my car?
Yes, it's a country of law, but that country of law, it doesn't say you must violate other people's rights.
In response, SANTACO spin doctors jumped in to deny ordering any of this. A spokesperson insisted the tweets are false and misleading and stressed that SANTACO has no authority to enforce transport rules on private vehicles. In other words, only cops can pull you over, and any law being tweeted by taxi drivers is just horseshit. The real story, though, is far uglier. South Africans have watched in horror as these minivan hit squads have ambushed and murdered e-hailing drivers. On August 14th, an Uber driver was gunned down at Soweto's Maponya Mall and his car set ablaze with him inside it. People protested by torching a taxi outside that same mall and verbally threatening to shut it down until security is fixed.
An e-hailing driver burned alive. Another shot in the stomach. A taxi set alight in retaliation. This isn't a movie scene. This is Soweto, 2025. And once again, Maponya Mall has become the front line of South Africa's deadly turf war.
These aren't isolated incidents. Families of slain drivers have held vigils, and even police had to escort terrified Uber and Bolt drivers for their safety. SANTACO's Gauteng branch meekly condemned the murder and urged people to let police handle it. But by now, everyone already knows who's behind the bloodshed, even when it's right there on film. A few rogue taxi drivers commit road horror and SANTACO's response? They pretend to be shocked. In Cape Town just last month, a minibus driver stabbed a motorist multiple times in a road rage frenzy. SANTACO Western Cape Chair Mandla Hermanus apologized for the barbaric act and identified the culprit and even banned him. Great job!
Slow clap. What a wonderful performance.
One attacker out of 300,000 taxis. Case closed. Meanwhile, SANTACO chapters across the country still won't admit that decades of this taxi gang culture exists outside of official channels. For context, consider the money at stake. South Africa's taxi industry pulled in roughly 50 billion rand a year in fares. That's about 21,000 rand per taxi per month on average. Uber and Bolt drivers, however, Bolt itself brags a full-time Joburg driver can make up to 22,000 rand a month, with top performers hitting maybe 30,000 rand. After petrol, insurance, and Uber's commissions, drivers take home far less. Taxi bosses pocket almost all that cash untaxed, and it's no surprise they'd rather smash passenger cars than cede any ground. In short, South African taxi associations have been acting like law unto themselves, corralling families, torching cars, and even killing the competition, all while their national body shrugs and issues press releases.
Stop it. Get some help.
SANTACO's official stance is we condemn violence, but their inaction and denial speak far, far louder. The result? A bizarre cartel on wheels, illegal roadblocks enforced by thugs, false regulations dreamed up on WhatsApp, and innocent people having to pay the price. If the government doesn't step in with real enforcement, commuters will keep living in fear and teachers will probably always carry a get-out-of-jail-free card. Guys, if you've liked the video, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, share the video, demand accountability, and do not let the road become a private playground for violence. And I'll see you in the next one.
Mitchcraft Online, come on in, join the talk, let's begin.